之外咧，佢所有嘅製作嘅成本咧都增加咗。而今次咧，大家都知道就係我哋今次嘅國際表演團隊咧嘅數目咧係歷年最多嘅。咁所以咧多咗外國嘅團隊嚟香港表演嘅時候咧，我哋嘅譬如機票啊、酒店嘅成本亦都增加咗嘅。咁而喺整個巡遊嘅活動裏面咧，我哋都會 expect 大概15萬人次左右嘅。
好，係。
Some English questions from the
Sure.
South China Morning Post. Firstly, we'd like to ask a little bit about how confident the tourism board is that the event will be able to attract residents to stay in Hong Kong and also to attract tourists to come to view the event, especially with the outflow of residents to the mainland and overseas, as well as also some of the other events held by the local district councils as well. And the second question is, what measures will the tourism board take to ensure that the crowds, especially tourists from the mainland, will be able to dissipate or go home orderly following the situation seen in the New Year countdown?
All right, thanks for your question. Actually, the Chinese New Year Parade has been a very signature event of Hong Kong for so many years. Since we have actually not organizing this event for 5 years, so actually a lot of locals as well as the tourists have been expecting this event. And in fact, for the whole Chinese New Year promotion, besides the parade on the first day of the new year, we also have a series of events around Chinese New Year to make our tourists to stay longer. And in fact, for all the flows that we actually going to see on the first day of the new year, they are going to be displayed at Tsim Sha Tsui East for another 2 weeks. So actually, we are encouraging more tourists to stay longer, to take pictures with our flow and to join our other Chinese New Year activities. And for the before the event, actually, we will have another inter-department meeting with different government departments for a better communication for the crowd control.
Thank you. 好。
你好，明報兩個問題啦。首先就係上次今年嘅2024年嘅呢個煙花嘅時候啦，有啲內地客啦或者警方安排啦，其實各方面有啲不滿啦。想知旅發局今年係點樣，呢一次可以點樣做得好啲咧？另外就係想問翻就係話嗰一次其實旅發局係有冇收到投訴咧？兩方面或者其他都有。如果有嘅話，收到幾多宗，同埋涉及啲乜嘢因素咧？唔該你。
我諗我先答翻第一個問題啦。咁其實今次我哋籌備呢次嘅今次我哋籌備呢個新春匯演嘅時候咧，我哋其實亦都會之前咧同政府各大部門咧做一個跨部門嘅一啲會議，作為籌備嘅準備嘅。
關於煙花嗰個旅客係咪意思係旅客其實我哋就冇收過投訴。係唔該晒。
你好，東方嘅都想請教翻咧，今次個經費用咗3800萬啦，其實係2019年嘅1倍啦，因為睇翻報道，確實係1900萬啦。其實冇話今次諗住今次仲多咗1倍嘅錢，能夠可以吸引到可以帶嚟幾多經濟收益啊，或者對成個匯演嘅幫助，或者係盛大方面點樣吸引到更加多遊客咧？因為見到呢個預計嘅遊客都係同上次一樣得15萬，點樣可以吸引更加多咧？
因為其實咧因為遊行嘅路線咧，其實咧係同以往一樣嘅，咁所以喺呢個場地嘅容納嘅情況之下咧，所以我哋 expect 個人數係同以往係差唔多嘅。咁至於頭先我哋解釋過啦，因為成本增加咗好多啦，咁其實我哋都希望就係令到我哋今次嘅活動邀請多啲國際嘅隊伍啦，令到表演嘅項目咧更加豐富，令到我哋嘅旅客咧可以延長佢哋嘅喺香港嘅逗留嘅。
上一次2019。
香港01，想問下，因為今次個巡遊咧都會去到較夜嘅時間啦，咁會唔會都喺個會議度有同政府傾話會延長嗰個通關嘅時間，等啲旅客可以有，如果有內地旅客，佢哋都可以有需要北上翻咧？
我諗頭先我哋答咗，因為而家仲我哋同政府商討緊，嗰個安排咧。咁因為 Raymond 都係就住嗰個活動本身嗰個內容去籌備，而家做咗先㗎啦。其他安排我哋稍後讓政府或者警方再公布嗰個安排。
One question from our HK. So,
Yes.
Tour Escape Pacific is also among one of the participants. So, given the recent incidents, are you concerned that it will kind of halt the number of visitors to this event?
I don't think actually that's going to affect anything about the event. Yeah, and they have been a very close partner with us for 22 years.
好，英文虎報嘅，想問下，我見到有5個區係可以買飛入場嘅，想問下其實嗰度係會有幾多張飛咧？總共有幾多人可以買飛入場啦？同埋會唔會有網上賣飛啦？同埋第二個問題就係想問下，其實想問下會唔會有期望可以吸引？點解會話路線一樣，人數都差唔多，但係經費用多咗1倍嘅時候，會唔會有其他
他嘅方法，希望可以吸引到更加多旅客訪港？
咁其實喺我哋今次嘅票務啦，咁其實都會係喺實體上面，我哋會喺我哋嘅 visitor centre 嗰度開始售賣啦。咁其實我哋成個event 咧，我哋大概嘅票咧，都大概有2500張左右嘅。咁我哋其實個價錢咧都同2019年係一模一樣嘅。咁樣。
想 clarify 翻嗰個 cost 咧，頭先記者朋友講話100人一倍，其實唔係，我哋講緊嗰個3800萬係同19年相比係大概係四成度啦，係
增加係。
所以 clarify 翻呢個 point 先。係，如果冇其他問題，我哋就可以邀請國泰。係最尾係冇啊。
想問下呢15萬嘅預計吸引嘅人次係有幾多係旅客同埋預計可以帶嚟幾多經濟效益咧？
我哋會預計起碼會有30%嘅會係旅客啦。咁你會至於經濟效益咧，暫時我哋未能即刻可以估計得到住嘅。
好，唔該晒多位。咁我哋請林生。等一等啊，各位。
咁我或者我都講解一下，以下係一陣間係我哋會見到我哋國泰集團嘅行政總裁林紹波先生啦。咁佢首先會同大家咧有幾句説話想講嘅，跟住我哋有啲時間可以回答傳媒問題嘅。好，唔該晒先。有請啊！各位傳媒嘅朋友，大家好。今日咧，我想借呢個機會就近期航班取消嘅事件咧，向大家作一個總結。咁首先咧，我想再次交代咧事件嘅成因啦，同埋我哋嘅應對。咁我想分2個階段去講。咁第一個階段咧就係由聖誕節到1月中，即係到今個禮拜。咁喺我哋編更嘅時候咧，我哋低估咗候命機師嘅數目，咁以至咧到我哋去到真正運作嘅時候，係唔足以應付流感高峰期嗰個影響嘅。咁我哋都好快作出咗反應，我哋咧為咗令到對旅客嘅影響咧唔好再進一步擴大，我哋咧都決定取消部分嘅航班，令到咧我哋餘下嘅航班咧都可以順利咁去運作。咁呢個咧係我哋第一個階段。第2個階段咧就係由1月中到2月底。咁喺呢個階段裏邊咧，我哋好緊張咧，就係尤其去保障喺農曆新年高峰出行嘅期間，旅客嘅行程咧可以順利進行。咁呢個期間咧就係講緊年28去到年初9嘅12日期間咧，係一個旅行出門嘅高峰期，亦都係訪港旅客嘅高峰期。咁喺呢段期間裏邊咧，我哋至今咧都係未有任何航班被取消嘅。咁亦都保障呢個階段同埋餘下1月同埋2月嘅運作都係正常咧。我哋亦都主動取消咗平均每日12班嘅航班，令到咧我哋整體餘下嘅運作咧都可以係順利嘅進行。咁 咁前兩日咧，我哋已經係立即通知咗受影響嘅乘客，亦都咧同佢哋安排咗一啲替代嘅安排。對於受影響嘅乘客咧，我哋再一次喺度咧代表國泰航空咧向佢哋致以咧一個深切嘅歉意。今次嘅事件咧影響咗唔少旅客佢哋嘅出行嘅安排，為佢哋帶嚟好多嘅不便。咁我哋咧整個團隊，包括我自己咧，都係感到非常之抱歉。咁我哋咧會喺呢件事裏邊咧吸取教訓，作出改善。咁展望未來啦，我哋喺前兩日我哋嘅航班取消已經係完成咗。咁呢幾日嘅日常運作咧，都係已經係非常之穩定同埋正常嘅。咁未來嘅日子咧，我哋會每日去密切留意情況，務求咧我哋有足夠嘅機師去保持我哋航班嘅正常運作。呢件事咧係對於咧旅客對我哋嘅期望咧都帶嚟一個失望嘅。咁我哋咧會深切咁去檢討。咁我已經係責成咗我哋嘅營運同埋航空服務總裁去帶領一個工作小組去檢討今次嘅事件，亦都作出一個徹底嘅改善。咁我今日想講嘅係咁多，多謝各位。
好，而家發問嘅時間。
咁想問翻林生啦，咁就有客戶都投訴喺取消咗航班12個鐘之後，先至有呢個公司嘅相關人員喺 Facebook 嗰度做翻個回應啦。咁會唔會話嚟緊個改善方案會點樣去改善？即係可能即時咁樣協助到啲乘客咧。同埋你話已經安排咗足夠嘅機師去做農曆新年期間啦。咁但係其實都正值喺呢個流感高峰期啦。咁又會唔會點樣可以確保到唔會再有突然之間取消航班嘅情況出現呢？唔該。
咁頭先我講過有兩個階段嘅處理啦。咁喺第一個階段裏邊呢，的確有1至2日嘅航班呢，我哋個通知期係非常之短嘅。咁尤其是係啱啱過咗去嘅1月7號嗰日呢，係我哋航班取消嘅最多嘅數目。咁嗰日總共取消咗27班航班，同埋呢嗰日嘅航班呢，我哋都係比較遲去通知嚇。咁所以嗰日呢係比較引起乘客嘅更多嘅不便。咁我哋嘅團隊呢，其實都加咗好多人手，尤其是我哋顧客服務嘅部門，去聽電話、去應 WhatsApp 呢，其實我哋都加咗好多人手。咁喺嗰日稍後呢，其實我哋都反應都開始係越嚟越快，咁盡快呢係回應我哋顧客嘅查詢啦，咁同埋幫佢哋去安排一啲替代嘅安排都係越嚟越快。咁經過咗嗰2日之後呢，7號同埋8號呢，其實我哋顧客服務嘅水平呢已經係全面回復正常。咁所有嘅查詢呢，我哋都係以一個比較快嘅時間呢，都係可以回答到嘅。咁另外頭先講到啦，我哋除咗1月餘下嘅時間同埋2月整體，我哋希望喺嚟緊呢，我哋嘅運作呢繼續保持正常嘅。咁尤其是就係喺農曆新年出行高峰嗰段時間，即係頭先我講過年28到初9呢段時間呢，我哋係會特別進一步加強增加我哋機師候命嗰個數目。咁務求呢，我哋有啲特別嘅措施呢，令到嗰段時間，尤其是呢，我哋啲航班呢係可以順暢咁去運作嘅。
想問下呢，至今有冇即係取消航班嘅數量呢？受影響嘅客人數量有幾多呢？即係國泰有補償又係幾多人呢？第二就係即係除咗頭先話有即係工作小組檢討之外，同埋道歉之外，有冇一啲後果？需要高層有冇啲後果需要承擔呢？有冇人需要請辭嘅？另外就係有工會話，即係點解會取消咁多嘅航班呢？係因為即係疫情期間大幅削減咗機師嘅數量，同唔同呢類講法呢？認唔認為係當初嘅決定仲效咁和根嘅？
咁我逐一回答啦。首先我哋1月同2月份呢，平均每日係取消咗12班嘅航班嘅。咁都有一定數目嘅顧客呢係受影響。咁每個顧客佢哋受嘅影響個程度啦，同埋情況都唔同嘅。咁我哋而家呢都逐一細心呢去睇下佢哋有啲咩需要呢，我哋會逐個個案去處理，去妥善咁去處理嘅。 咁至於頭先你講到咧，其實我哋人手方面啦，其實我都想講講我哋整體重建嘅過程。咁國泰咧，我哋重建咧，其實係比好多其他城市啦，都係比較遲一啲嘅，因為香港嘅開放咧係差唔多係去年2023年年頭先開始嘅。咁所以國泰嘅重建呢個起步係比起好多其他航空公司咧係遲起步嘅。咁但係咧，即使係遲起步，我哋由2022年中咧，我哋嘅運力咧係唔達到少於10%嘅。咁但係咧，去年嘅年尾咧，我哋已經達到運力去到70%。咁由18個月嘅時間咧，我哋由10%去到70%咧。如果你睇翻其他城市、其他航空公司咧，其實我哋係算係重建得非常之快嘅。咁喺重建裏邊咧，我哋主要係要重建我哋嘅人手啦。咁喺去年其實我哋都非常之成功，我哋成個集團嘅團隊嘅淨增長咧係超過4000人嘅。咁喺今年咧，我哋集團咧會繼續有個淨增長嘅人力嘅，咁係會超過5000人。咁所以呢2年咧，其實喺我哋77年歷史裏邊咧，其實係一個最快增長嘅2年嚇。咁所以咧裏邊咧，我哋好努力去請人啦，去做培訓啦，同埋個好消息咧就係香港開放以後咧，其實我哋所有員工嘅群組包括機師啦、機艙服務員啦、我哋地勤啦、後勤嘅人手咧，我哋嘅流失率咧都係已經係非常之正常，咁已經係持續咗1年嘅時間。咁我相信未來咧個流失率咧都會保持正常，所以我哋主要嘅工作咧就係要好努力去招聘啦，同埋非常之努力咁去培訓。
你好明報嘅，首先想問翻，因為琴日出咗份新聞稿提到，其實機師嘅監表係12月中去定啦，令到嗰個後面機師不足嘅問題影響到1月啦。咁其實係咪代表國泰其實已經係早知道係會有唔夠機師嘅情況出現呢？咁但係點解係去到1月7號，即係航班取消得最多嗰一日先公佈呢？同埋係想問翻國泰幾時通知民航處需要取消咁多航班呢？第二就係想問翻取消航班嘅準則係啲乜嘢呢？其實涉及到啲咩航線呢？乘客係最遲起飛前幾耐係可以接獲到呢個消息呢？咁最後都係想問翻就係話，其實今次整合安排啦，同埋上次聖誕同埋新年啦，其實至今咧係收到係有幾多位乘客受到影響，同埋係收到幾多宗投訴呢？唔該。
咁我哋每月咧，我哋會出監表俾我哋嘅前線機組人員啦，包括機師同埋機艙服務員。咁所以12月嘅監表咧，其實係11月中就出咗。咁出咗之後咧，我哋其實去到聖誕節嘅時候咧，我哋先發覺咧後面嘅機師咧嘅數目係唔足以抵消流感高峰期嗰個影響嘅。咁所以喺12月最後嗰個禮拜咧，其實已經係1月嘅監表出咗，因為1月監表咧係12月中去出嘅。咁所以咧，我哋1月監表已經出咗，咁所以12月底見到有呢個問題之後咧，其實我哋都睇翻1月嘅情況係點樣樣。咁但係個監表已經出咗，所以咧同一個問題咧，亦都係延伸到1月嘅時候。咁所以我哋都冇辦法，就係頭先我講第一個階段去到1月中咧，我哋都係要係主動去取消一啲航班，令到咧旅客嘅影響咧唔會進一步擴大嚇。咁我哋都做咗一啲果斷嘅措施，令到整體嘅情況咧係可控嘅嚇。咁2月咧個監表咧下個禮拜會出啦。咁我哋都吸取教訓啦，我哋都會做一啲調整。咁成個2月，尤其是剛才講到農曆新年出行高峰嗰段時間咧，我哋都會加大後面機師嘅數目，令到咧成個2月包括農曆新年出行高峰嘅時候咧，我哋嘅航班咧都可以確保運作正常。
我即係講一講頭先點樣取消啲航班，或者係咩航班被取消？
咁剛才都提到就係1、2月平均咧，我哋每日已經取消咗12班嘅航班。咁我哋咧都係努力係盡早去通知我哋嘅旅客啦。咁但係有2日，1月份有2日，尤其是1月7號同埋1月8號嘅2日咧，嗰個通知時間係比較短啲。因為我哋取消嘅決定都係喺1月6號去做嚇。咁但係咧餘下嗰啲日子咧，其實對於旅客嘅通知嗰個時間咧，至少都有幾日嘅時間啊。咁甚至有啲係幾個禮拜嘅時間。咁所以越嚟越對旅客嗰個 不便咧，希望都係減到最低。
取消航班嘅準則係乜嘢？
取消航班嘅準則，我哋都希望咧係減少對旅客嘅影響啦。咁我哋盡量都係希望咧受影響嘅旅客係減到最低。咁同埋咧受影響嘅旅客咧係可以坐到最近時間嘅飛機。咁所以我哋大部分取消嘅航班咧都係一啲短途嘅航班，同埋嗰啲短途航班咧每日咧都係有多過一班嘅班次嚇。咁所以取消咗一班之後咧，我哋都可以將旅客咧放喺前後嘅航班班次裏邊，令到對我哋嘅旅客嘅影響咧減到最低。
凤凰卫视提问，社会坊间其实有这个传闻，就是说呢，这次圣诞节以来，很多机师请病假控制流感，是以此来表达对于可能国泰从疫情以来削减待遇的，还有削减薪酬的一种不满。所以这次事件是一个系统性的意外事件，还是说有人为的因素？那未来国泰是否会考虑去提升员工的待遇，让这些航空的人才进行回流？那第二个问题是，昨天我们也采访了一个香港立法会议员，他们帮你算了一下，1月到2月呢，每天如果减12班的话，可能整个香港在这期间受到影响的乘客可能会将近超过10万人。那接下来在安置这些帮助他们改签的这个工作当中，有没有可能去携手其他的航空公司进行改签，以及接下来取消的班次是否已经确定了，是否可以提前的进行公布，让他们提前的早做安排？
这次的事件的成因呢，主要是我们在计划的时候出了一些错誤，就是後面飛行員的數，廣東話得啦 ，OK。今次嘅事件呢，個成因呢，主要就係喺我哋規劃監表嘅時候呢，我哋嘅後面嘅機師嘅數目呢係不足，咁以致呢係唔能夠抵消流感高峰期嗰個影響。咁流感高峰期裏邊呢，其實政府都公布咗呢幾個禮拜呢係香港嘅流感嘅季節嘅高峰。咁我哋見到我哋機師嘅病假呢，其實都係同呢個高峰係相關嘅。咁我哋睇唔到有其他嘅因素喺裏邊。咁你頭先講另外個問題，可唔可以提一提啊？
提升他們的待遇，讓航空業的人才回流。
我哋咧係好注重我哋員工嘅士氣啦，同埋福利。咁喺疫情重建嘅過程裏邊呢，其實我哋一開始重建之後呢，我哋有啲初步正面嘅成績呢。其實我哋最優先呢，就係去回饋我哋嘅員工。咁喺舊年嘅9月啦，我哋都發放咗多達6個禮拜嘅一個獎金，俾喺疫情裏邊去對公司不離不棄嘅同事。咁喺今年1月呢，我哋亦都發放呢係1個月嘅獎金，係多謝我哋同事去年嘅努力。咁喺嚟緊3月呢，我哋都會公布一個盈利分享計劃嘅成果，俾同事呢去分享佢哋呢段時間重建嘅時間裏邊嘅努力嘅成果。咁所以你見到呢，其實我哋國泰呢係非常之注重我哋嘅團隊。咁我亦都個人呢，經常係同我哋前線嘅團隊去溝通，去關心佢哋。咁所以呢，我哋見到其實我哋各樣嘅數據都睇到啦，同埋我哋同員工傾偈都睇到，其實2023年呢，整體嚟講呢，我哋員工嘅士氣呢係已經係大大提升。咁無論係地勤啦、機艙服務員，甚至係機師，其實個士氣都係有所提升。咁我哋今年呢，我哋會繼續努力，繼續同我哋嘅同事呢去溝通啦，同埋去聽佢哋嘅需要，同埋回應佢哋嘅需要。咁希望呢，我哋今年嘅士氣呢可以繼續進一步提升。
Some English
question in English, please. SMP.
Yeah, some English questions from the South China Morning Post. Mr. Lam, how will you respond to the repeated criticisms by the government towards the airline for the cancellation of flights in the recent weeks, especially with the additional cancellation of at least 20 flights this morning? And secondly, you mentioned about improvements that the airline will make. Can you give us a little bit more specific on what these improvements will be? Will there be any punishments for the staff involved in this incident? Will you yourself or members of the management team consider resigning in light of the company's failure in this case? And also, will the company consider readjusting its recovery targets, seeing that the company wants to restore its capacity fully by the end of 2024?
Okay, you want me to answer in English, right?
Yes.
Okay. You might need to remind me about the questions because there are quite a number of them. We've been, throughout this incident, we've been keeping the Hong Kong government and all the regulators informed. And moving forward, we will also closely work with them to look at the root cause of this incident, as well as making sure we make fundamental step changes to avoid the recurrence of the similar incidents moving forward. All the planned cancellations have been completed 2 days ago already. So I know the media has been counting number of flights being cancelled, including 20 flights today. But I must emphasize that all the current flight cancellation have been processed and completed a few days back. So these are not new cancellation. As I mentioned, since we have completed all the planned cancellation 2 days ago, for these few days, our operations on a day-in, day-out basis has been normal and steady. Can you remind me?
Specific improvements of what the company will take, and also whether you or members of your management team will consider resigning.
So at this stage, we have a number of focuses. The first focus is to make sure that from now on, moving forward, towards Chinese New Year, towards end Feb and beyond Feb, we have to ensure that our day-to-day operation remains reliable and steady and normal. So that is our first focus among our leadership team. The second focus is that we have set up a working group to look into this incident. What are the root causes, what lessons we can learn from it, and most importantly, what are the fundamental improvements that we'll work on. So those two are our focuses moving forward. And in terms of the improvement, we will take a very thorough look at our organization when it comes to operational planning. We're going to look at our end-to-end process when it comes to operational planning, as well as our technology, digital capability as well. So we have already started working on those items. But I must emphasize that we've been operating in this rebuild phase from last year and this year. And we've been facing a lot of challenges. These are not excuses. I think we are responsible for those challenges. But I must emphasize that despite COVID has ended, the rebuild journey hasn't been all smooth. We face a lot of challenges in terms of building up our manpower, our capability. And we are in this unprecedented growth phase these 2 years. So there are new issues that we face, and we will learn from the lesson and adjust quickly and make sure that we don't make the same mistake moving forward.
And Mr. Lam, also would the company consider readjusting its recovery targets because you do want to refill full capacity by 2024, at the end of 2024?
As I mentioned, from mid-2022, when we have less than 10% of flights, throughout 18 months, we have now rebuilt back to 70% of flights. And this is a very fast pace. If you look at other cities, other airlines who have opened up earlier than Hong Kong and Cathay, we've actually done a great job in terms of rebuilding to that level. And this year, we'll continue to work towards fully rebuilding our flights and network. But as we have learned from this incident, I think one important factor as we rebuild is that we have to ensure our schedule, our flights are reliable and stable for our customers. So there's a balance we have to take in terms of the pace of our rebuild.
唔該，時間關係，最後兩條問題，呢邊有冇先？林生，OK，前面啦，唔該。林生，因為機師協會之前嗰份聲明都有提到個數字，就話嚟緊一年可能有過千名機師會流失，即係離任啦，應該係大概2000人到嘅，佢計到個數字，可唔可以林生 confirm 下究竟個數字係真確定係唔正確咧？如果係頭先林生都提到話有啲獎金係即係鼓勵一啲現職員工，咁有冇一啲計劃去重聘或者挽留一啲機師？
剛才我講過啦，其實香港開放之後啦，我哋整體2023年各個群組嘅員工嗰個流失率咧， 都係非常之正常。咁裏邊咧包括咗我哋機師嘅流失率都係非常之正常。咁喺2024年呢，我睇唔到呢個趨勢係有改變嘅。咁我都預計我哋機師嘅流失率呢係會保持正常。咁同埋呢，我哋都好努力一直係去招聘啦，同埋培訓新嘅機師。咁去年呢，其實我哋都做咗好多招聘嘅工作啦。咁喺機師裏邊呢，其實我哋有好成功招聘到新嘅機師啦，包括見習機師同埋有經驗嘅機師。咁甚至咧裏邊咧都有數百名嘅以往疫情前離開我哋有經驗機師咧，其實都係重新加入咗國泰機師嘅行列嘅。咁今年我哋會繼續都係非常之努力去招聘同埋培訓機師嚇。咁我哋嘅進度咧都係按住我哋嘅計劃去進行，都係順利嘅。
Okay. 我有線㗎，想問下咧，頭先講過話農曆新年已多咗後任機師啦，咁其實到底係有幾多咧？同埋就係其實一路都知道人手唔夠啦，但係點解1月6號先決定到要取消7號同8號咧？其實係咪太遲咧？同埋就係小組計劃係大約幾時會檢討完，同埋係咪會同翻大眾嚟講？
咁為咗保障農曆新年香港人出行或者旅客嚟香港，佢哋可以順利成行啦。咁我哋喺農曆新年嗰個旅遊嘅高峰期間呢，我哋都加大咗我哋候命機師嘅數目。咁呢個數目呢，都係我哋都好有信心，就係可以足以抵消任何流感或者其他病假嗰個影響嘅嚇。咁頭先我都再一次道歉啦，就係今個月尤其是7號、8號呢，嗰啲航班取消呢係比較遲去通知嘅。咁都係我哋嘅決定都係做得比較遲啦。咁我呢度係再一次向尤其是嗰2日受影響嘅乘客呢，我都係再一次道歉嘅嚇。咁我哋都一路睇住其實流感高峰嗰個影響啦。咁我哋1月裏邊其實都係同12月嗰個問題都係一樣，都係候命嘅機師唔夠。咁我哋呢都係盡快去做決定。咁但係影響呢對某啲日子呢嗰個影響係比較大啲。咁我再喺呢度呢，向受影響嘅旅客呢作一個深切嘅歉意。
好，真唔該晒。好啦，唔該晒。唔該晒你，唔該晒，多謝晒傳媒朋友，唔該你。
唔該晒咁多位，咁我哋今日嗰個記者會就完結㗎啦。唔該晒咁多位。